Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitattvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakhattvameva Tvameva Vidyadravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the Panchadasi, chapter 12, and this essentially related to Vishayanande Brahmanandaha, where objective happiness is also due to the absolute happiness only, Brahmananda only. Now this chapter starts with the student questioning, Sir, what are you going to do about the people who are not interested this much, but there are so many of them, and how can we help them? Because millions of people are not really interested in Vedanta, and they don't know what is that Brahmananda is superior to Vishayananda, and how can we help them? He says we cannot help them. You cannot be concerned about them, and because they are born again and again, because they are due to the merits and demerits of one's own dharma, adharma, vasanas. So what one carries with him is none of the things that you think, I have this, and we are worried about all that. Everything has to be left behind. What you can take is only the dharma and adharma, merits and demerits that you have done in this life. That is only the one that takes you to next, depending upon the lokas also, which loka you go, and so on and so forth, are determined by the vasanas that are good vasanas or bad vasanas. If I am trying to help others or good vasanas, that is that which is compassion and good qualities, that which is Rakshasic vasanas, Daivi Sampatti versus Rakshasi Sampatti, discussed in the Bhagavad Gita, that helps me to go to higher lokas or lower lokas. So, how can we help them? It says essentially, the teacher says, those who are many people we cannot help, but there are two people that who say they are somehow interested in this and some faith in this, and they are considered either the people who are jignasu, or the one who is interested in the knowledge, and the ones who are essentially want to enjoy life, but some help need in this. If that is the case, then how do we distinguish or how do we help? So here the teacher is classifying these two people, and those who have no interest but are interested in a faith in the God and so on, but live their life continuously in the same way. For them you can ask them to upasana and so on. That is being discussed in the next loka 4. Upastim karma va bhruyat, upastim karma va bhruyat, vimukhaya yathochitam, manda pragyam tu jignasum, atmanandena bodhayet, together, upastim karma va bhuyat, vimukhaya yadhochitam, manda pragyam tu jignasum, atmanandena bodhayet. So vimukhaya means for those extroverted people who are running after all this, I want this, but some faith in the God and in the being good and so on and so forth. So they are called vimukhaya here, extroverted people who are not interested in sitting down and listening to Vedanta. So for them, what should they do? Since they are involving a rajasic attitude, predominantly rajasic attitude, I want to do this, what good is Vedanta? And I get people who say, you are wasting so much the milk and all that in the temple, there are poor people and all that. So what do? So go and help poor people. So vimukhaya, for those who are interested in this, upastim va karma va, upasana or karma yoga, if they can have a faith in the God, they do the upasana prayers or karma yoga, or they teach about the karma yoga. So upasana, upastimva or karmava. So bhruyat yadhochitam, according to the individual temperaments. So one can teach them as per the nature of the person. Manda pragyantu jigyasum. But the one who is interested in the higher knowledge, but Manda pragya is not able to understand clearly the Vedantic truth, that it is beyond the puja also. So one was to say that it is neither of this nor that, and so on. If you want to know what is reflected consciousness, so if you have to teach all that, he will go to sleep. So Manda buddhi, the one who is not able to discriminate what is real and what is not real in the world. So but at the same time he is interested. So at the same time he is a jignasuhu. Jignasam jnanam ichasu. So he is not interested in the Vedantic teaching, but he is interested in some kind of knowledge that helps him to purify the mind. So manda pragyantu jignasum atmanandena bodhayed. So for them to teach about Atmananda means the happiness that one gains by one's own self, you have to teach them to recognize that the happiness they get outside is not really real. There is a higher happiness. So for them you have to teach. For others people who are rajasic and you cannot teach them, you have to tell them at least do upasana and so on and so forth. So here he is classifying upasana for karma yogin and also karma yoga, and for the manda buddhi a teaching that is where who wants to jignasu. So in the Krishna also classified the 4 types of bhaktas: artho, artharthi, jignasu, jnanincha varadarshava. So jignasu, jnanam ichasu, yasasa, the one who wants to know. At the same time, doesn't have the sharp intellect to discriminate what is the highest philosophy. For him, you have to take him slowly in terms of that. That's what is being. Here he is classifying the 2 people and not going to talk about the karma yoga aspect or upasana yoga, but he is going to discuss about the jnana aspect, one who is interested but cannot have the sharp knowledge. So how do you convince him that the Vishayananda, the external happiness that you get is not permanent happiness. There is a turn inwards to make him essentially introverted from extrovertedness, and that is the aspect that is being discussed in this chapter here. Let's do 5. Bodhayamasa Maitreyim, Bodhayamasa Maitreyim, Yajnavalkyo Nijapriyam, Nava Are Patyurarthe, Patih Priyaha Itirayan, Patihi Priya Itirayan, together. Bodhayamasa Maitreyim, Yajnavalkyo Nijapriyam, Nava Are Pratyurarthe, Patipriya Itirayan. So here is giving an example from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Says Bodhayamasa. So by Yajnavalkya explained to Maitreyi, hey Maitreyi, Are Maitreyi, my dear Maitreyi, Nava Are, and so on, is going to quote a little bit of the scriptural quotation, and says Yajnavalkya explained to Maitreyi that there is no real happiness outside, there is no real love outside also. So that's how the teaching. This is a husband teaching a wife, and as you know the story that the Yajnavalkya, who is a teacher, and the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad contains Yajnavalkya. The meaning Munikanda involves Yajnavalkya only, where Yajnavalkya teaches with all other the Vedantic discussions in the chapter where people challenge him and he answers all that. And also there is Yajnavalkya teaching to Janaka Maharaja. So all that is being discussed in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and here in this chapter called Maitreyi Brahmana, where he wants to leave the house and take up sannyasa, go outside and contemplate on it. That is the purpose of Yajnavalkya, and he says, I am going to leave you both. He has two wives, one is Maitreyi and Katyayani, and the teaching is only for Maitreyi, not for Katyayani. You can see that the distinction between the two people, and even though he has a compassion for that, it's because the Maitreyi asks for it, whereas Katyayani doesn't ask for it. She is happy that she is going to live comfortably with whatever the wealth that he is dividing. So the Yajnavalkya divides his wealth into two parts and calls Maitreyi and says, I am dividing into two parts, one for you and one for the Maitreyi, one for the Katyayani. So Maitreyi asks questions him, where are you going? He says, I am going to do the contemplation on that. So why are you leaving all that? That must be better than this, otherwise you won't leave. So I want that, not this. So that's how she nails him to teach him the Vedanta. And how does he teach Vedanta? She has not gone through the elaborate scripturals in order to provide a logical analysis, and he provides a simple teaching, and that's being illustrated here. It says Bodhayamasa. So essentially, Nijapriyaha, his own beloved wife, Maitreyi, Are my dear, this is Nava Are Patyuhu Arthe Pratihi Priyam Priya Itirayam. So na priti, you can say. So Are my dear, Patyu Arthe, for the sake of husband, Pati Priyam, husband, for the sake of husband, that love for is not, dear is not for the sake of husband's sake, iti irayan, explaining Bodhayamasa. So in that way you should explain to other people also the Brahmananda and Ananda. The love and Ananda is not there in that. So it is not love for the object. I love this. Children talk about it. Particularly, I love pizza and I love mommy. And love mommy and love pizza are same degree. So one has to be careful in terms of what is love and what is like, because they use the words love very loosely. So here, the love for a husband, I love my husband, I love this, people use that and they call honey and so on and so forth. But here the teaching by the husband to the wife, he says, my dear, when wife says I love my husband, she really does not love him. It's not for the husband's sake, it is for her own sake. What she loves is herself only. And how? Because what she loves is the happiness she gets by loving husband. So what she loves is only the happiness that is getting in association with the husband. Therefore she says, I love my husband. But what she loves is only the happiness. And that's where the teaching starts. What you love is not an object, but what you love is the happiness that you get, and via the husband, via the object, via something. So you are getting back to the happiness that you are by roundabout route, and that's what the teaching of the Yajnavalkya is. So here we are going into the teaching of the Yajnavalkya to Maitreyi in a verbalism. Essentially, the summary of that teaching is what is going to be presented by Vidyaranya here. Patirjaya putra vete, Patirjaya putra vete, Pasu Brahmana Bahuja, Pasu Brahmana Bahujaha, Pasu Brahmana Bahujaha, Loka Deva Veda Bhuti, Loka Deva Veda Bhuti, Sarvam Chatmarthata Priyam, Sarvam Cha Atmarthataha Priyam, Atmarthataha Priyam, Atmarthataha Priyam. Okay, because Padirjaya putra vette pashu brahmana bahujaha loka deva veda bhute sarvam chatrartha priyam. So patihi jaya putraha vetti pasuhu brahmanaha and so on and so forth. Here he is giving a list because in the Yajnavalkya gives list one by one he quotes so many of them and he is taking a summary. One sloka is covering all what Yajnavalkya covers. Says patihi, husband, jaya, the wife, putraha, son, vetti, wealth, pasuhu, the cattle, and brahmanaha and brahmana and bahujaha. Bahujaha are the ones who have the bahus, that is kshatriya, that means who has a good strength, so one who fights. Bahujaha, kshatriyas. Lokan, so lokaha, the world. Devaha, so gods. Vedaha, including Vedas also, scriptures. Bhutehi, Panchabhutas are living beings also. Sarvancha, everything that you find in the external world. So here giving an example starting with the husband, wife, fun and wealth and everything. I love this. People try to accumulate more and more and more and more. And that's what is because the more I have, more I am. That is the, he's a billionaire. And therefore he is happy and I should be happy serving him also. Thinking that I may get some billions. So this is a love for the wealth, love for the power. People fight and want chief minister, prime minister and so on and so forth, president. All that is sarvancha and everything. Atma arthadaha, for the sake of oneself and priyam. They love for his sake, not for their sake. So I don't love anything for that sake. I love pizza, not for pizza's sake, that we know, for my sake only. I love as long as it pleases me. If it causes a problem, then stop it. I don't love it. So what I love therefore is the pleased state of my mind, or a body level or a mind level or intellect level. So I go after objects because that pleases me. So brings me back to myself. So happiness that I get is because that is helping me to get back to myself. That is what has to be understood here. That's how the Yajnavalkya teaches there is no real happiness or real love for any objects other than oneself. That is the essence of Maitreyi Brahmana. See, Are Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. That is a summary statement by Yajnavalkya. Are, oh my dear, Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. For the sake of one's own self, everything is I like this, I like that, I like Sarvam. So Sarvam Priyam, I love this, all those love for objects is only love for oneself only. That is the statement of Yajnavalkya that he is analyzing here. In Vidyaranya analyzing here. He is taking one by one now. He is talking about Patihi, Jaya, Putraha, Vetti, Pasuhu, cattle, Brahmanaha and Bahujaha, that Kshatriya, Lokaha, Devan, Vedaha and Panchabhutas, etc. He is now elaborately going to discuss one by one. There is no love for those objects, is not really love for the objects for object's sake, love for oneself. So now we are going to cover the Maitreyi Brahmana. In essence, what Yajnavalkya teaches Maitreyi here in the Panchadasi. Now essential summary is being provided here from sloka on, one by one. Sloka 7. Pacha vicha yada patnyaha tada pritim karoti sa Shudanusthana rogadjaihi tada nechati tatpatihi together. Pacha vichayada patnyaha tada pritim karoti sa Shudanushtanayo rogajaihi tada nechati tatpatihi. So yada when, so pachyaha of the wife, patau for the husband, icha desire. So when I say the husband desires her husband, the wife desires her husband, pachyaha patau icha. So when I say I want my husband, I want my this, I want this and so on. So desire, tada then, sa pritihi karoti. She loves him as long as he is pleasing him and he is well and he is taking care of her and he is sometimes earning. If you stop earning, the wife's love for husband goes down and so on and so forth. As long as he is earning, she is happy because she has now money to spend also. So is a desire for her comforts and all that with the husband. Therefore she loves husband, and that's what here he says. Tat padihi, her husband, shut or his hunger, anushtana, he is controlling the hunger and those, therefore he is not eating, and anushtanam, and he has committed some vows that he is now doing whatever the anushtanam that takes. Maybe some people spend hours and hours and husband will be waiting there, and what to do. Tat padihi, her husband, shut anushtanam vows or roga adjo, or is having a rogi or having a diseases or something, etc. Tada, at that time wife doesn't like him. Na ichati, says he, wife doesn't. I used to stay with my maternal auntie, and my uncle was very, very, very orthodox at that time, and he used to do Sandhyavandanam and all that, and after finishing his Madhyamika Sandhyavandanam, he used to wait, and his habit is he doesn't eat unless he eats along with somebody else, along with a Brahmin. So there has to be a Atithi. So Atithi has to be there, and along with him he eats. And so sometimes there is no Atithi coming there. So he waits outside, waiting for anybody to come. Until that come, he invites him, and that is his vow. So that is his sadhana. And when he comes and sits down, then he eats along with him, and only after that he is happy. And after he eats, only my aunt has to eat. So her problem is not the Atithi problem, and she cannot eat until her husband eats. Her husband won't eat unless the guest here comes, and the guest who has to come and he has to wait. And this is an agraharam where there is only few people walking around there, and that guest has to be appropriate guest. He has to be of the Brahmin so that he can invite and so on. So a lot of conditions are there. So for her, the happiness is what? Happiness, even if she is hungry, she has to wait and wait and wait, suffering there. And her love for husband is not for the husband's sake, she has to eat herself. But husband is not going to do unless he has a vow, unless he eats along with the guest. And the guest, unless he comes, he cannot eat. Unless he eats, he cannot eat. It was a strange situation there. I used to observe that because we were children at that time. So she was feeding us before, fortunately. So we didn't have that problem. But she had a problem. Here, Anushtanam. That reminds me, that was his Anushtanam. Unfortunately, he developed some problem, and he was later repenting that no, he ignored everybody else in this so-called Anushtanam business. So one has to have discipline, but also one has to consider other people's effect in my oath. So you have to take oath that doesn't affect others also. That is there possibly good. So arogya rogyam adyo tada naichati. So I love him as long as you fit along this. I don't love him that much when he doesn't fit along this path. He doesn't agree, he doesn't do this, all that. I don't love him, all that. So love for husband is not for husband's sake. Love for husband is for my sake. That's what it is. So he ate. Napachyurarte sa pritihi, napachyurarte sa pritihi, swartha eva karoti tam, swartha eva karoti tam, patischatmana evarte, patischatmana evarte, najayarte kadachana, najayarte kadachana, napachyurarte sa pritihi, swartha eva karoti sam, Padhischatmana evarte najayarte kadachana. So sa pritihi pratyuarthi. So love of a wife, pratyuhu arthi, not for the sake of husband. So that love is not for the sake of husband. Love is for the happiness that the husband brings. So serving him, they may say, I love him. I love him means in loving him and serving him, I am happy. Therefore, what I want is, I want to be happy. So even though I express that happiness in terms of serving others, what I am looking for is happiness only. This is true across the board. Any service, anything you have to do, not for their sake, even though I am serving for their sake, what I am serving is because by serving him, I have to be happy. So in the Visishtadvaita also, you have to serve the Lord. Why? The Lord doesn't need happiness from your service. If the Lord has to depend on your happiness for service, he is in a real problem. So when you serve only if he is happy, if he doesn't serve, then he is in a real problem. He doesn't care whether you serve him or not. I serve him only by serving him, I am going to be happy. So what I am looking for is happiness rather than the service. Service may, in my mind, serving him will bring happiness. So the happiness has to come from myself. If that is the case, what I am looking for is happiness, not the service also. So one has to be careful in terms of analysis here. So service becomes a vehicle for my get back to myself, to tap my ananda. So to get ananda from myself, I have to depend on this roundabout route for me to be happy. Napatyurarte sa pritihi swartha eva karoti dam. So only by selfishness she serves him because of one's own sake, swartham, and for her, not she wants to for the happiness of others. Patisya atmanaha ekarte. It's only for atmanaha ekarte, only for the sake of self alone. Na jayarthe, not for her sake. Husband loves wife. So husband loves wife only for his sake, not for the sake of her wife. How a wife loves her husband not for husband's sake, for her own sake. Therefore, atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Only for my sake, everything becomes I love this, I love this, I love this. Not for the object's sake, for my sake. So here he is taking both the husband and wife as an example. Same thing applies to husband also. When husband says, I love her and so on, it's not the loving her, it's loving himself only, expressed through her, because what he loves is the happiness she brings him. When she becomes a pain in the neck, you know what happens. So this what she loves is the happiness that one gets. 9. Anyonya prerane pyevam, Anyonya prerane preyam, Swechayaiva pravartanam, Swechayaiva pravartanam is a one line in this sloka here. Anyonya prerane pyeyam, Swechayaiva pravartanam. So evam in this way, Anyonya prerane api, it's a mutually getting involved in the happiness and love for each other. Is swechaya eva, it's for ichaya, for their own desires only, they love each other. And pravartanam. So therefore, this participate in their love, and so-called the whole world is moving in terms of I love this, love everybody for what sake? So you have to love everybody. You cannot love everybody. What you love is only yourself. That's all. Express in that. You can, anything that you do, ultimately that gives you happiness yourself. It is only tapping yourself, you are going roundabout way. But as long as you are in the world, One has to be careful, not that you should not do. Well, as long as you are in this world, in the transactional world, where you identify yourself with particular body, identifying her with the particular, then you can express love in that way, knowing very well what you are expressing love is for the supreme love that I am. Because I am in that form, that is jnanam becomes, I am in her form, I am in his form, I am in that, then love for myself is love express my form in that. Then it's a different love. Then it is a jnanam. So that becomes a knowledge only. That we will discuss in the next talk. So this is essentially Vidyaranya is talking about the Badaranyaka Upanishad way Yajnavalkya teaches, and this has to be used in terms of for Jignasu, one who wants to know, I love any object, not for the object's sake, for my sake. So he has to turn inwards and analyze that there is no happiness in that. With that, we will stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. 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 Om.